Down to this now, Orlando Pirates as well as Kaizer Chiefs collide today in the Nedbank Cup final at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, with silverware, pride and history all on the line in South Africa's biggest football rivalry. So this time around, it's more than just about the bragging rights. So Chiefs are in search of their first trophy since 2015, while the defending champions Orlando Pirates are more determined than ever to win their third title in a row, which makes this the most anticipated Soweto derby to date. Joining us for a chat this morning is former Kaizer Chiefs as well as Orlando Pirates striker Pollen Ndlanya on the line to speak to us about, of course, this much anticipated Soweto derby between these greatest football rivals on the African continent. Pollen, a very good morning to you and thank you so much for your time. I wonder though, how are you feeling ahead of this final, because a lot is on the line when these two teams meet up later on this afternoon at the Moses Mabhida Stadium?
Very excited. I'm very excited. You know, in the boxing match, they will say round number 2. So I think this game, round number 1 was won by Orlando Pirates. This afternoon, looking forward to this very exciting game and a very important game for both teams.
Yeah, Pollen, rather, a very important game for both teams. I like how you describing it as round number 2. Obviously, the teams having met last week in the Betway Premiership, and it was a 2-1 win for Orlando Pirates in that game. But looking at the run, of course, of Kaizer Chiefs in the build-up to the final, Pollen, beating free agents by 4-0. They beat Chippa United 3-0 in the round of 16, beating Stellenbosch FC by 2-1 in the quarterfinals, and then getting the better of Mamelodi Sundowns by 2-1 also in the semi-finals. That's what, about 12 goals in this competition, more than any other teams as well. Pirates having scored just 9 goals in the Nedbank Cup. How do you think they should approach this game, Pollen, going into this final? Where do you think Orlando Pirates, or rather Kaizer Chiefs, will get it right against Orlando Pirates if they are to win this cup final?
Look, you mentioned Kaizer Chiefs. Look, they've been scoring goals. It's so exciting that they're scoring goals because unfortunately, if you don't score, they won't win anything. You can't win the game. For Kaizer Chiefs, until now, they've been scoring goals. But so unfortunately, they are coming to this final as wounded lions. They lost to Orlando Pirates 2-1, and with their mistakes, obviously. Hopefully that they have rectified their mistakes. Also, the mistakes of the coach. I must say that coach, they left the quality players on the bench, the likes of Dupree's and the likes of Sekrele, which are key players for Kaizer Chiefs. For Orlando Pirates, yes, coming to this game, they are favorites, I must say that, because of their previous game, performance. I think for Orlando Pirates, they've got quality players, and they are going to make sure that they win this cup for 3 times, which is their aim. They lost to Pyramid and also in the CAF, so they'll make sure that this game is they win it by all costs.
And Drumpies, it's quite difficult not to speak about Kaizer Chiefs and of course their struggles in the last years, going into 10 years without a cup title. That might change today if they manage to get the better of Orlando Pirates later on today. How much pressure do you think the players are under, to deliver Kaizer Chiefs' first cup title in nearly 10 years?
They know at stake. This is very important for them. This is a cup that they have to make sure that they win it, not for everyone, but for the supporters, because I feel pity for the supporters. They'll be traveling from all over province to going to Durban and watch them. This is the cup that they needed most, because you look at the log, the league is gone, and they're still struggling to go to the top 8. They are lying on number 9. So this one, I think the supporter will be happy lifting that trophy. And for the image of the team, it is very important that the players, they work hard 110% so that they can win this trophy. It is very important.
Pollen, is this also the type of game that might determine the future of Nizruddin Nabi? You mentioned that the struggles in the league, they're 9th position on the log, they're outside of the top 8, they're in trouble of missing the MTN8 next season. Is this the game that he needs to win to sort of put the fans at ease as well as the management at ease as well? Or he's on his way out, do you think?
Definitely. This is the game that redeemed the image of the team. Also for him winning this game so that the fans can have confidence on him. So I think this game, it will change the mentality of the supporters. So that if you win the trophy, and more especially when you win against Pirates, the arch rival, it will change the mentality of supporters. Because supporters right now, some of them are here, they are not happy about this performance as a coach. But now, if he wins this one, hopefully that they will have that confidence in him.
It was also interesting to hear the views of Mandazi, the assistant coach of Orlando Pirates this week in the build-up to this match, and he said something very interesting. He actually said that Kaizer Chiefs should be seen as the favourites going into this match, and this is how he explains it. He says that the last time the two teams met in a cup final at the Moses Mabhida Stadium was back in 2014 in the MTN 8, and it was a game that Kaizer Chiefs won that year. And he says if you look at how Pirates have performed at the Moses Mabhida Stadium when it comes to cup finals, it really hasn't been a good hunting ground for the Buccaneers. So that's how Omandla Nqingazi explains it. I wonder, how do you view that? Is he playing mind games maybe, or should we actually see it as what it is, that Orlando Pirates have failed to win a cup final against Kaizer Chiefs at the Moses Mabhida Stadium?
It's always the case, as a coach, you don't want to put yourself out. But look, as I said, I would say Omandla Nqingazi who's telling the foul food is putting the foul food, So I think this game, he knows that it's very important for them, and he knows that he will tell the boys to go and win this. They want it most because they wanted to win it 3 times. So yes, obviously, as a coach, you don't have to discredit your opponents or disrespect. You'll say that, but this game, it won't be easy for both teams.
And your prediction, Pollen, who then wins this cup final, by how many goals as well?
Wow. Look, it's not going to be easy, but definitely I do have a soft spot for my team, Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think they will win by 2-1.
2-1. Who scores those 2 goals, Pollen?
Definitely Dupree. If they can, the young boy, they can start with that young boy and to outpace those lazy defenders of Orlando Pirates. I think they will do it.
As we round off this conversation, Pollen, you've spoken about the fans. We know this week already there were issues regarding the ticketing system and many fans losing out on watching this final at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. And we've seen many of these fans also on social media speaking about how they're going to go to the Moses Mabhida Stadium and watch this game despite advice from the police, despite the advice from, stadium management to stay away from this game and watch the games at different venues. At the different fan parks that Durban will be hosting. What is your message to the fans? Because it's a footballing country. This is the kind of match that brings the whole country to a standstill. Many people want to watch it at the stadium, but it's impossible to do so. Your advice to the fans in this regard?
Look, for the safety of our fans, sometimes we have to be disciplined and stay at home, because this game of magnitude is not going to be easy. Look at Mabhida Stadium; it's too small for the derby. And look, I don't want to see that happens in Ellis Park before. It's so sad, but it's all about watching on TV. I also be watching the game on TV. They need to stay at home and make sure that their team and support their team at home. Because going there, it's going to be a stampede, and we don't want to lose people.